Testing microphone 1 2.
Testing microphone.
Testing microphone 1 2. Testing microphone 1 2. Testing microphone 1 2. Good morning, everybody. Biff back with you again after a hiatus of about 6 weeks. I'm going to take these off for now. Don't need them on right now. Yeah, so had a hiatus of about 6 weeks. Going into my Twitch thing here, I can see kind of go over some of the things that I talked about as the reason for that hiatus. Click to unmute. Okay. Let's go into and I don't think I put a date on here. I did this about 2 weeks ago because last week my daughter had her fall break from school. And so we took some family time and did some things as a family. And so I wasn't streaming then because she was off all week. And of course, I'm a stay at home dad. So when she's off, I'm off of Twitch. So I stream Monday, I stream Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday between 10ish to 1ish on Wednesday, between 10ish to 2ish on Thursday and Friday. That's pretty much my schedule. So let me read down through here what I did post on Twitch. You can go to my Twitch channel and look at the panels, and you can read along if you want. But I just start by saying, hello, everyone. Well, some of you may be wondering if I dropped off the edge of the earth on September 5th, 2025. However, the rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. On September 4th, my wife was involved in a violent car crash. Thankfully, after being attended to by paramedics, she was sent to a local emergency room and released with what they suspected to be a mild concussion. On a recent follow-up visit to her primary physician, she was cleared with the advice that she monitor her well-being brain-wise. Since the accident, she appears to be quite her normal self, which is a blessing and a miracle all rolled up into one. This incident refocused my interest, desire, and energy from streaming into other family-related activities. After all, none of us knows the day we will leave this sphere of being, and every day with our loved ones is precious beyond our limited comprehension. Also, since our car was totaled in the accident, lots of time has been spent in the last month. So I did post this about 2 weeks ago because the accident would have been September 4th. So it's about 6 weeks ago. Since our car was totaled in the accident, lots of time has been spent in the last month dealing with our insurance company, our car dealership, and various other entities as we try to get our lives back to something approaching normal in the coming days. Not to mention, although I will, continuing to fulfill our responsibilities of work, school, and such. So yeah, basically the car was totaled, so it required trips to the impound to get our stuff out of the car that was left in there, calls back and forth to the insurance company adjusters, um, lots of phone calls to insurance, dealing with insurance, filling out paperwork, the whole 9 yards. Um, and then also getting a new car because my wife works, my daughter needs to go to school. We need two cars. So we needed to get a new car, which we did. So here we are 5 weeks later, and I'm considering streaming again. My daughter has a fall break from school next week, and so we have planned a family trip for then. But the following week, this week, which we're in right now, I may be back to my games, which I hope everybody can understand, took a backseat to important family matters for a few weeks. So the plan is starting Wednesday, October 22nd, that's today. I hope to be back online for at least a few hours every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings starting at about 10 a.m. U.S. Mountain Standard Time. I apologize for just going missing for an extended period of time while we have been working out these issues. I honestly just turned on my gaming PC yesterday for the first time since the accident. So this would have been a couple of weeks ago. I didn't even touch my gaming PC until a month after the accident. I did get on my laptop to work out insurance issues, emailing, all that stuff. My gaming PC is pretty much for gaming. I have a laptop that I do pretty much everything else on. So yeah, I didn't even turn on my gaming PC for a month after the accident. And then I think that day I only turned it on to because I needed some information that I actually had on this PC for the other issues. So I apologize for just going missing for an extended period of time. Blessed, blessed, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. I'm just going through the message that I posted a few weeks ago about what had happened, why I was offline. I know you guys were used to seeing me day and night for quite a while. That's changed. I'm not going to be streaming at night anymore. Um, I will be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, hopefully, uh, for a few hours at least. Probably Wednesday from roughly 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then Thursday and Friday from 10 to 2. Um, and, you know, anything else that the Lord might allow for. But I'm at the end of it now. I apologize for just going missing. Yeah, I appreciate it so much, blessed. Appreciate it. I apologize for just going missing. Blessed Nightbot 1, Bad Guy 0, Blacklisted Spam. Oh, let's click to show. Yeah, viewer. I need to take that. I guess maybe I need to take that out, huh? The word viewer. Oh, that's why I always see your name in my viewers list. Right. Because you use a chat program. What's it called? I think I've seen something like that. It's not Discord, is it? Anyways, let me finish this up. I apologize for just going missing, in air quotes, basically, for an extended period of time while we've been working out these issues. I honestly just turned on my gaming PC yesterday, this was a couple of weeks ago. So my gaming PC, I didn't touch it for a month. For the first time since the accident, I hope you are all well, and I hope to see you again on Wednesday, October 22nd. Yours sincerely, Biff. So, um, yeah, my wife was involved in a pretty serious car accident as far as our car was concerned. Car was totaled. She was T-boned by a pickup truck. It was her fault. She ran a stop sign basically. She was really tired. She was on her way home and she was not paying attention. She went through the intersection at about 30 miles an hour and she was T-boned on the driver's side by a Dodge Ram pickup going about 30 miles an hour. And thankfully, she it the driver's side airbag in the door deployed. I It might have been also the front airbag deployed also. And so what we think happened is that she at the impact she went into the airbag and then bounced back a little bit and up and hit her head on the roof of the car, but not not hard enough to like cause major damage or anything with hitting her head. The paramedics said she never lost consciousness. When they got to the car, she was in the car, alert, and they got her out of the car, got her into an ambulance, took her to the hospital, and the hospital released her. Said take Tylenol, Advil for headaches. I think she had a mild headache for maybe a day or two, and then she went to her regular physician, and a couple weeks later, and they cleared her basically, just telling her, monitor your health. And so that's what she did. Well, thank you for making me one of your five. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was her fault. She wasn't paying attention, and that's what happens when you're driving. You're not paying attention. She's from the Philippines. She's been driving for just a couple of years, maybe 2.5 years. Let's see. I think, yeah, since 2023. So she made a mistake. She made a mistake, and thankfully the Lord didn't take her home. He allowed her to stay with us, which my daughter and I greatly appreciate. We're very thankful of that every day, every moment of every day. And like I said in my message, um, you know, it realigned my priorities um, as far as spending time with family, not being so caught up in this, not being so caught up in sports, not being so caught up in everything else, because you never know. The Lord, you never know when the Lord's going to take us. That's one thing that He's made clear. Um, we don't know the day we're going to be born. We don't know the day we're going to die. And even God has ordered everything according to His will, but He didn't take Neriza, my wife, didn't take her, and she is still with us. So we're very blessed. That's right. Yeah, she's not a bad driver. She's been driving for 2 years. She does drive a little fast, in my opinion, and I've told her that. She needs to slow down a little bit. But I believe, if I recall correctly, the speed limit for the area that she was driving was 30 miles an hour. And so she was doing the speed limit, but it's ironic because there was a stop sign a couple of blocks before that she stopped at, but then this one I don't know if she dozed off maybe for a second, or she just saw the stop sign, maybe got distracted some other way, but she's still with us. So my daughter and I family, her family, very happy. Our family, our whole family, my family, her family, very happy that she's still with us. So yeah, so I realigned, I have a small stream, and the mistake that I made though was not letting you guys know right away that I was going to be out for an extended period of time, obviously 6 weeks. I should have posted something earlier to let everybody know what was going on, but I am back. And if anything like this ever happens again, where I'm going to be out for an extended period of time, I will let people know right away what is happening. So, and I forget even how to do what I'm doing. I forget. Like I said in my intro here, how do I do this again? What buttons do I push? Um, I don't know if I really have any plans to play a game today. I do have some plans to drink some coffee, which I have right here. There are, I have pre ordered FM26. So I expect to be streaming that tomorrow. Let's see, because I believe tomorrow is the release date for it. Oh, you know what? It's going to be Football Manager, isn't it? Yeah, it looks to be gotta have the coffee. Gotta have the coffee. I wonder if I could download this now. So my understanding is if you pre-order it, we get access to it tomorrow. Yeah, I do too. I like that. You can, you can tell a player to bomb forward on offense, and then depending, I guess, Pep Guardiola really has been the master of this, telling players if we don't have the ball and their right winger is in this part of the pitch, then you need to do this. And I guess he's that detailed, like positioning his players where they're supposed to be all the time under every circumstance. It does. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna reserve judgment because I haven't been like a long-term football manager player. So this is probably better for somebody like me who isn't too used to the engine and too used to the UI and all that. So it's going to be a little bit easier for me to deal with it than other people that have been using Football Manager for the last 10 years with basically the same UI and basically the same hotkeys and all that. One thing I like that I read, and I hope it's true, is that you can carry over saves from FM24 into FM26. Hey, let me ask you, have you, let me go into my library. So I pre-ordered this on Twitch. Excuse me. I pre-ordered FM26 on Fanatical because they had a 10% off plus an additional discount from Lolujo's channel if you use the code Lolujo. So I did that. Let me go back to now see this says on Twitch that it's coming November 4th. But my understanding is if we pre-ordered we could get early access. But here it says it's listed in my library as having been purchased, but it says release date is November 4th. I guess we'll see tomorrow. Um, so I bought the game on Fanatical. I think it was like $46 overall. It was $15 off, I think, or 15% off on Fanatical, and then the extra 5% off maybe on with Lolujo's code. I think it was $45 that I spent, 46 maybe. And I got the code, came into Steam, put the code in. It's now in my library. Um, but also in my library is Football Career Mode 26 demo, which I tried and I didn't like. I didn't like it at all. Have you seen that, Blessed? Um, Football Career Mode 26 demo. I'm assuming, I don't know. I was assuming that this was part of the download for because um was Miles Jacobson said that there would be a demo for Football Manager 26, and I thought maybe this was it. It kind of looks the interface kind of looks like well, let me bring it up and then you can see what I'm talking about here. Football 26 career mode. Now the interface looks kind of like football. Now see, it doesn't say Football Manager 26. So this might be a totally different game. Um oh, start down here. I didn't even see that. So the interface though looks like the Windows type interface that Football Manager 26 is going to use. You know what I should do is I should just go to the store. Choose a sponsor. You sign a sponsorship deal. And then you get in here to the hub. You go to lineup, competitions, players, etc. But none of the players are real players. So I guess that would kind of give you the idea that, hey, this is not really Football Manager. So I should just go to the store. I didn't even think of this. Go to the store page. Choose a club, choose a sponsor, start your Football Manager. This is by 44 games. I must have just clicked on this to add it to my wish list or follow it or whatever. Maybe I downloaded it, installed it, and then when maybe I don't know when I would have done this. I don't remember like downloading this or installing it or anything. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's associated at all with Football Manager. Anyway. So So yeah, Football Manager 26, it says it's coming November 4th. My understanding from Lolujo anyways was that we would get access to it, early access tomorrow, starting tomorrow. But I don't know how accurate that is, and I don't know if I needed to buy it a different way or something. I don't know. Anyways, um I do want to I do kind of want to go through my old routine of looking at my queue. Blessed, have you ever thought about buying a Steam Deck or a any type of handheld? I've thought about it, but I haven't really given it, I guess, serious consideration. Like actually, I'm gonna possibly spend the money on it. I haven't seen this streamed. People have been streaming it, but I haven't seen it. Um, Probably not. Let me turn down the audio a little bit, or maybe mute it. Absalom. Nope. You know what game I am gonna look at? You love your computer too much. I don't really think about consoles anymore. Yeah, it's true. Um, yeah, yeah. I haven't bought it. I mean, the reason I would buy a Nintendo Switch would be for my daughter and my wife, so they could play some Nintendo games. Because Nintendo games, I think, tend to be um, more geared towards kids games, and there aren't a lot of kids games, in my opinion. Yeah, I like the convenience idea. That's the one thing I do like is that, you can just have it. You're at your TV or something. You got a Premier League soccer game on. The game's not that good. Reach over, pick up your console, and start playing a little bit. But yeah, this one, Morta, no. Vic- Victoria 3 Songs of the Homeland music pack. No. Firefighting Simulator, Ignite. I think I watched this being streamed by Squirrel. It is a multiplayer game. It'd be kind of cool to get people in the stream to play it. 35 bucks. Probably not going to buy it for 35 bucks. But maybe do that. Crash Out Crew. RV there yet? Oh, that's cute. RV there yet? RV there yet? Dad, RV there yet? A co-op adventure about driving your recreational vehicle home. Oh boy. Now see, these some of these games would stress out my daughter. It's just kind of a kid's game, but um she doesn't necessarily like games that have a lot of um like drama in them, like that. I think she associates it too much possibly with real life, you know? Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, so my daughter, we were watching somebody play Oxygen Not Included, and yeah, I should refresh this. We were watching Oxygen Not Included, and one of the characters in the game got stuck, and the streamer could not get the character out in time, and the character died. And my daughter said, I don't want to watch this anymore. I don't want to watch this. I'm like, okay. Now what happened was is the streamer actually got a new duplicate, and he named the new duplicate the same name as the one who died. And my daughter was okay with it then. She's like, oh, okay. She doesn't, because even then it's a game, but even when you explain to her that the duplicates are just, it's like a copy of something. It's not even the duplicate itself is a copy. It's not something that's actually real in the game. She still doesn't like it. It has to do with dying, death. She doesn't like it. So It's my daughter's very sensitive. She's very, very sensitive. And I like that. I like that she's sensitive to that stuff. She's not like, I never want her to be like callous to that, like be hardened to it or something. Um, yes, it's very respectable. So, so yeah, she wouldn't like this. That especially I was just saying right there that RIP, she wouldn't like that, seeing that somebody had died. But it is an interesting concept for a game. It is. So if I ever stream now see, she's seen me stream Timberborn, where beavers are born and they have a lifespan and they die, but then new ones are born and they have a lifespan and they die, and she's okay with that. I mean, in Timberborn, there's like a running kind of thing down here that says so and so was born, so and so was born, so and so reached adulthood, so and so died, and she'll look at that and she'll just start naming them off. She's a really good reader, so she'll start naming them off, and she's okay with that. She understands animals are born, they have a lifespan, they die. But maybe it's the accidental thing that she's not really able to process, you know. A 30-second ad break. Running 3 minute manually will remove the upcoming auto ad. I don't even know. I don't even know about ads anymore. I mean, it well, my screen still shows that there's an ad in progress. So I don't know, maybe I don't know. For me, Twitch's ad system or whatever is too opaque. I think that's the right word. It's like milky. You're trying to understand how it runs, how it's supposed to work, and it's just not well explained, in my opinion. So I would like it if you could say, especially this time of year, I like it if you could say, um, please, no Halloween movie or TV show ads because they're terrifying to little kids. And I run a family friendly stream. I don't want little kids to be terrified in my stream. And by little kids, I mean even my daughter's age 6 to 12, maybe. These movies are just terrifying. And I wish you could say, I don't want these ads in my stream, but you can't because Twitch and Amazon pay the highest bidder. Yeah. Yeah. Just, it's ridiculous. But the ridiculous part is whoever the highest bidder is, Amazon just goes, yeah, bring your money in. We'll let you put at whatever ad. Oh, you want to put that on at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday? You got it. We'll put that on. We don't care. I think what's going to have to happen is just like commercials back in the day on TV, the government is going to have to regulate and they're going to have to say, look, there are certain times that are appropriate for ads. You've guys got all the software that you need to program it so that certain ads don't run at certain times of the day. Do it, make it happen. Maybe I should contact my congressman and say, do it, make it happen, because it's ridiculous. Cuff bust. Goofy. Keeper. From Lee Petty and Double Fine Productions, Keeper is an atmospheric puzzle adventure in which a long forgotten lighthouse is awakened and joined by a spirited seabird. It embarks upon. Oh, that's like a run on sentence, isn't it? From Lee Petty and Double Fine Productions, Keeper is an atmospheric puzzle adventure in which a long forgotten lighthouse is awakened and joined by a spirited seabird. It embarks upon a heartening tale of unlikely companionship and an unexpected journey into realms beyond understanding. So, if you're using commas, you don't need to use a comma with and, but it does kind of make it a bit of a run on sentence, a little bit hard to understand. But that's just me. Stellaris, Shadows of the Shroud. I never really got into Stellaris. I had a hard time figuring out how their whole economic system worked. And maybe I just didn't take the time to really, let me choose what I don't want to see if you have to watch ads. Or let the streamer choose what they don't want you to see, like all that junk at Halloween time. I never really got into Stellaris. I think Distant Worlds is a much better space game. Distant Worlds is much better. But that's me again. Now, there is a game I want to look at, and that game is Farthest Frontier. I want to see what the current okay, so it's up to very positive, 86%. I think at one point it was down. It was down I watched somebody stream some of this the other day. It was down in the like 70s, I think, at one point. Yeah, great improvements over the past half year. Gorgeous game with great potential going forward. So I think I'm going to buy this. You do get reviews like this once in a while though. Biggest issue I have is flattening and build order. If you set up construction in the order you want it built, great. But if they do the construction in the order of what is closest to the city center what's the point? You have to micromanage how flattening is done, and the flattening tool is too small to even account for a simple farm. You have to set priority one at a time, no multiple level options. Or you have to set priority one at a time. If you set 30 to 50 flattening options because they are so small, you have to do that one at a time. 100 hours in, and I could have done 5 times more if it wasn't for this one fatal flaw. My advice, pick a flat map if you're going to play. Yeah, I mean, they the government needs to do something to regulate that. They really do. Just like they had to regulate cigarette commercials back in the day. Uh, the government had to basically tell cigarette companies, you're not having your advertisements on TV anymore. They basically just told them that you're not having your ads on TV anymore. And I think some ads are required to be played like after 10 o'clock at night, after 11 o'clock at night. The other thing is, blessed, the other thing is gambling ads. Gambling, FanDuel. What's the other one? DraftKings. You watch any sporting event, those ads are all over the sporting event. It's like, you know what? It's ridiculous. The government needs to regulate that too, because guess what? In the long term, gambling is going to turn out to be worse than cigarette smoking. Yeah. It's going to turn out to be worse than cigarette smoking. 10, 20 years from now, how many lives are going to be ruined from people just being able to push a couple of buttons on their cell phone? And then there's their mortgage payment gone. Then their wife and family leave them. They're borrowing money. They're going through a bookie maybe to do their because they don't have any money in the bank, so they're going through a bookie. I mean, it's it does financially destroy people. Yeah, yeah, it's terrible. Cigarette smoking, okay, there is secondhand smoke, but a lot of places, in fact, I was involved in this a long time ago in the office that I worked at. where I created a petition to have cigarette smoking banned in our offices because there was a lady in our office. There was four of us, and there was this one lady who smoked like a chimney. She chain smoked, and she had this little thing that was supposed to like suck in the smoke and then maybe probably only deodorize the smoke, so it didn't smell so bad. But the city that I live in, they passed an ordinance that there couldn't be any smoking in their city offices. If you wanted to smoke, you had to go outside. And I saw that. So I'm like, I'm writing up a petition to have no smoking in our offices. So I wrote up the petition. I had the three people in my office that weren't smokers sign it. I went around through the whole company. And I don't know, I had 100 names on there. Well, guess what? The vice president. So this was a big company. It's a mortgage banking company. It's a big company. The offices in Pennsylvania, offices down south, offices out here west. The vice president, one of the vice presidents of the company who ran the office in our city, called me to his office one day. And he's like, "So, I see you got this petition." I'm like, "Yeah." And while it's ironic, "I see you got this petition." I'm like, "Yeah." And while he was talking to me, what is he doing? He's smoking. He goes, "Yeah, how would you like to withdraw it?" I'm like, "No, I'm not going to withdraw it." I told him, his name was Jerry. I told him, I said, "Jerry, there is a woman in our office of four people." And it was just a big office with four desks. There weren't like any partitions or anything like that. Big office with four desks. And I said, she chain smokes, Jerry. She smokes one cigarette after another, after another, after another, after another. I said, "No, you either get her out of our office. Even if you get her out of our office, which would be okay with me, Jerry, put all the smokers together. But I don't want to go in the break room and have somebody smoking while I'm eating my lunch. No, I'm not going to withdraw it." I forget what the result was. Because I know from that job, I didn't get fired. I quit eventually. But I don't remember what the outcome was. But yeah, he calls me to his office. "Do you want to withdraw this?" All the time he's over there. "So, what do you think about just withdrawing this?" Um, but yeah, I mean, there is secondhand smoke consideration. But even then, I mean, no. Gambling, no. I think the most I've ever gambled is like $10 at a casino and $10 in quarters. Is that 40 quarters? And once I was done with that, I'm like, I'm done. First of all, I had no desire to do it to begin with. Second of all, if I lose any money, it's going to be $10, not 50, 100, 1,000. I'm not doing that. I just tell people I like keeping the money in my pocket or in my bank account or in my investment account. I don't want to put money into somebody else's pocket. I do remember one time where I would I would gamble a beer for shoot a game of pool for a beer. Sure. Shoot a game of pool for $5. Sure. I remember one time, and I may have mentioned this on stream at one time. This guy, I had a pair of sunglasses, and it had the ABC, the old ABC logo. I don't know if it still is, but it was a circle with the letters in lowercase ABC. That was American Broadcast Company, and I had that logo on my sunglasses, which I bought at some store for probably $10. But this guy saw them and he wanted them. I'm like, "I'll shoot you a game." He said, "I'll shoot you a game of pool for." I said, "Well, what do I get?" He goes, "Well, I'll give you, $5 if I lose or something." So I shot him a game of pool, and I kept my sunglasses and I took his $5. But but yeah, I've just never been a gambler. always had the idea that I want to keep that money in my pocket. I don't want to give it to you because I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I've mentioned this also. Somewhere in my house, I have a lot of books. I've got a lot of books. Somewhere in my house, I have a book, The Mensa Guide to Casino Gambling. And basically, their guide is don't do it because casinos are geared to win. The odds are in the casino's favor in every single game. And it said in this book, the worst type of gambling to do is on sports. They said pretty much every, not every, but like if you're playing poker, you have more control over the outcome of the event. You're playing a hand of poker, you have more knowledge, more control over the outcome of whether you're going to win or lose. But they said in casino gambling, in sports gambling, you have no control over the outcome. Player gets injured, their best player gets injured, they lose the game. Um, a tip of the ball bounces in the air, tipped again, bounces in the air into the uh, the guard who's downfield blocking, and it's a touchdown. You have no control. Right. They're paying for their entertainment, although it can be very expensive entertainment. Right. It's the people that it's the quick get quick get quick get rich quick thinking that people have, you know. Now see, I know I'm pretty sure I've told this story on stream too, but um I had a brother-in-law who um he invited me to a casino to watch him in a poker tournament. And the buy-in for the tournament was 75 bucks. And he didn't specifically say, he wanted me to watch, maybe I could, join the next tournament with him or whatever. But I mean, I was never going to join a tournament, a poker tournament. Um, so he joined the poker tournament. Was it buy-in seven? It was 150 was the buy-in. $150 is the buy-in. You got to sit in at a table with other players. And he played for 2 hours and then he was out. And I figured it, very simple math. Well, let's see. 150 bucks for 2 hours of entertainment. That's $75 an hour for entertainment. I may have been playing World of Warcraft at the time when it was $15 a month. And so 30, I could play every day for 30 days for 15 cents a day. What was it? 50 cents. $15 a month, 30 days, 50 cents a day to have my entertainment. His was $75 an hour. I'm like, no, not for me. Anyways, I don't know how I got off on the gambling, but I did. I think it was part of the whole the ads thing and the gambling commercials. Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous, man. And really, they have those disclaimers down at the bottom of the commercial for gambling. You know, have a problem? Call 1-800 gambling and blah 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 blah. And this state call this number and this state call this number. I I say uh have a problem? They should insert there have a problem? Not our problem. Call this number. So basically, that's what DraftKings and Fanatics. Now, what DraftKings and Fanatics should be required to do by the U.S. government is they should be required to pay for people that use their website, get drawn in, and need counseling, they need psychological help, whatever, those DraftKings, Fanatics, what is it called? FanDuel, they should be required to pay for people that have used their service, gone belly up, need help. They should be required to pay for those people to get help. So flattening is an issue, it says. Flattening. Now let's see. I haven't looked at my coming up on an hour here that I've been on. I have 976 dropped frames, streaming at 12.9 kbps, 60 frames per second. I do want to try this game though, and it is I also have Grim Dawn. So this would actually be I could buy it as a bundle with Grim Dawn and get 15% off because I already own Grim Dawn, which is a really good game. So it would be I save $450 if I buy the game as part of that bundle. Let's read the reviews. I became a bee tycoon in the survival city builder, then lost my fortune to a perfect heist. Farthest Frontier from the makers of Grim Dawn is a medieval city builder with a lot of surprises. And then IGN says, having played a lot of similar games where advancement through the tech tree is a lot more predictable and less driven by actual historical realities and interesting logical puzzles, I was impressed. Yeah, I saw the tech tree yesterday for this. It looked really good. The tech tree looked really deep. Yeah, this is part of the tech tree. You start level 1 down here on your level 1 techs, and then you level up to level 4. Let's look at the other screenshots. That looks very pretty. That looks pretty. Interesting. I wonder if they might reconsider the whole leveling mechanic. The leveling mechanic in Workers and Resources Soviet Republic is a good one. Now, in Ostriv, I don't think there's any leveling mechanic. You basically, if you're building a house and it's on a hill, it's on the hill. It's going to have a slope, and you just kind of have to deal with it, I guess. Very pretty screenshots. This is the town hall, basically, and then you build up around it. There's a lot. The stream I was watching yesterday, there's a lot of information in the game as far as there's overlays where you can click on. One of the overlays you can click on will show you the fertility of the ground so that you don't build over that. You don't build houses and stuff on that. Oh, wow. This is pretty. Very pretty. Interesting. Interesting. We saw this earlier, I think, this pattern. Now, there was a streamer that was streaming yesterday, and he was talking about roads and how the roads are, you can't make like a 90-degree turn in a road as far as a curve. You can't do a 90-degree curve. So, Kev, what's going on, Kev? Let's see, there's more screenshots. So there is combat in the game. I don't know if you can turn that off. I'm not a big combat, you got to fight your opponents and stuff. I'd rather just do the city building. But that could be a fun aspect of the game also. Wow. Um, yeah, so 20,000 reviews, 86% are positive. I guess one of the big things is building walls around your. And I guess you could start with like a wall. Like you could have your first wall could be like the area around where your town hall is. And then you could build another wall a little further out. As you expand, you just build a new wall, new wall, new wall type of thing. But I do want to look at this too. Protect and guide your small band of settlers to forge a town from untamed wilderness at the edge of the known world. Harvest raw materials, hunt, fish. That's another overlay. It'll show you where raw materials are. Hunt, fish, and farm to sustain your advancing town. Produce crafted items for villagers to trade, consume, equip, and fight with as you battle for your survival against the elements and outside threats. Pacifist mode available for players who do not want to engage in combat. That is nice. That is a nice option. I could try it with combat or without combat, but it's a nice option to be able to let the player decide if that's what they want to do. Harvest, grow, craft. Harvest 16 different raw materials from wood, stone, and clay to metal ores, wild herbs, and honey. Grow 19 types of food, including forage items, fish, and game, plus 12 food crops, each with different characteristics. Produce 32 crafted items and materials in a multi tiered economy. Now, this is still, there's, I think 1.0. The streamer that I was watching yesterday said he was playing 1.0 because he got an early access version. So it says it's still in early access. I mean, he got an early preview version of 1.0. So he said 1.0 is supposed to drop tomorrow. So I wonder if I should buy this today because the price might go up tomorrow. I'll probably do that. A multi tiered economy, build in advance. Construct over 190 different buildings as you grow your town from a fledgling settlement to a bustling city. Your town center and housing will advance through multiple building tiers as the prosperity and desirability of your town increases and advancements are made in a vast 140 plus point tech tree. Upgrade production buildings to increase efficiency and enable production of more advanced items. Construct a temple and customize your people's faith with discoverable relics. I wonder how big the maps are if you're out discovering relics. I mean, you could discover relics maybe off map. Maybe you can send out a archaeological team that leaves the map and then tries to discover relics and then reports back or brings them back. The most detailed farming system ever. Strategically select from 12 crops with unique growing characteristics and configure crop rotations to maintain soil fertility, avoid heat and frost damage, and prevent the accumulation of diseases. Cultivate your fields over time, removing weeds and rocks, raising fertility and adjusting soil mixture to achieve maximum crop production to keep your growing population fed. I am going to take a break here in just a few minutes after I finish this. Let's see how long this is. Ooh, it's quite a long. Okay, I can read pretty fast, so. Advanced town simulation. Villagers actively live their lives and perform their jobs in real time. Watch as villagers carry goods across town from remote work sites to be processed into materials and crafted into items. See foods and goods delivered to homes, the trade posts, or stored for later use. Develop roads, transport wagons, and improve storage methods to facilitate the efficient movement of goods through your town and prevent spoilage. Randomly generated maps. No game is ever quite the same with beautiful. Oh, really? Randomly generated maps. No game is ever quite the same with beautiful, completely randomized terrain generation and resource distribution. Isn't that called? What's the other phrase for that? Um, there's another phrase for that. Randomly generated maps. I forget. Unique biomes and map themes increase replayability with extreme maps leading to unique challenges. Controls allow players to specify the amount of water or mountains they desire, even down to which resources can generate on the map. Idyllic to brutal. Customizable difficulty options allow players to turn off features like invaders and disease for a more tranquil experience or max out difficulty to truly test their town builder prowess. Enable custom game options to cater the experience to your desires. Now, see, here's the thing. You can max out difficulty to truly test your town builder prowess, which I think it's your town builder prowess is going to be uh, the game is going to try to match that with random events. Oh, you think you're doing good, huh? Well, how about if I throw this at you? Nice little curveball, fastball, 105-mile-an-hour fastball coming across the plate at you, and you cannot even keep up with it. It's so fast. So yeah, this is going to be max out difficulty to truly test. You're not testing your town builder prowess. You're testing the game engine's desire to destroy you, basically. Environmental interaction. Develop your economy based on which resources are locally abundant and produce items for trade to acquire that which you lack. Erect fencing to keep deer away from crop fields and stop bears from raiding food storage. Manage tree cover to prevent underground water supplies from drying up. Balance the need to clear. Oh, so if you don't have proper tree cover over an underground water supply, it can dry up from just sunlight? Maybe. Balance the need to clear land for agriculture around vital natural resources like wild growing medicinal plants and forage items. All them old timey diseases. Ensure your villagers have clean water to stop outbreaks of dysentery and cholera. Collect berries and plant greens to avoid scurvy and ensure a healthy diet. Make sure villagers are properly shoed and clothed to reduce chances of contracting tetanus, rabies, or frostbite. Build a healer's house to quarantine the infected and provide herbs and medicine for treatment. Manage rodent populations by collecting waste, securely storing food, and employing rat catchers to ward off the feared bubonic plague. Oh dear. Again, let's go back to here. Max out the difficulty to truly test the game engine's brutality with like some of these old time diseases, some of these environmental interactions. That's what's going to test you. It's not you testing your town builder prowess, it's the game engine testing your ability to withstand extreme frustration. Fend off would be invaders. Okay, that's included in all this up here. The AI is going to test your ability uh, to fight off extreme frustration with the game. Choose to play on pacifist and avoid combat altogether, or engage with varying levels of raider difficulty to raise the stakes for your town's survival. Progress from wood palisades to stone walls. Build towers and barracks. Recruit and equip soldiers in the defense of your town as rising prosperity attracts the attention of raiders and foreign armies seeking plunder. Oh, not just raiders. So you have wild animals to deal with, you have raiders to deal with, you have foreign armies to deal with. Steam Workshop integration. With full support for modding through the freely available Unity development tools in Steam Workshop, players have the power to take the game's strong foundation and build upon and reinvent it to their wildest desires. Crate Entertainment is a fully independent developer and publisher located outside Boston, Mass. Crate is best known for the critically acclaimed action RPG Grim Dawn. Very good game. Join the Crate community and help shape the future of development of our games and being among the first to receive news about Farthest Frontier by participating in polls and discussions on our forum. So let's read another negative review since we've only read this one. Which again, this one is just about leveling. So it seems to me, from what I saw yesterday, there's a lot of options as far as the maps are randomly generated. What's the word? Procedurally. So yeah, if the maps are like randomly generated, does that mean procedurally generated? So if the maps are procedurally generated and there are some options that you can turn on and off, it seems to me that you could just turn off, um, you could turn on flat map, but still tell it what resources to have on the map, if you want it to be pacifist or not, if you want other options that they talked about earlier. You could still do that with, you could still do that with, it seems like you could still do that without having to have, you could say, I want the map level, but I want these other things. I want it level and these other options. Now, see, I clicked on this. This is about what, 2 weeks ago? Well, just show me yeah, show me all of them. Doesn't want to show me. Show me the negative. Okay. Buggy. Okay. That's not very helpful. 61 hours of buggy gameplay, huh? Helpful? No. I have over 200 hours on this game, and all it does is crash and take ages to load. Wow. 268 hours you have in the game. Running Windows 10 LTS coming back to a lot of old games. This won't even launch. Absolutely terrible combat balancing. There are siege weapons that raiders can use, but they tear through walls just as quickly without them, so they might as well not even exist. Even multiple layers will result in a couple of the lowest level raiders defeating them with swords and axes in under 10 seconds. It's laughable. Upkeep costs for defending against threats are incredibly high for soldiers that are next to useless. You basically have to get to end game before you can command an army that stands a chance against them, and players do this by cheesing their pathing with road placement around massive kill boxes. That makes sense. The game needs a lot of work. Human beings are not walking tanks that can destroy any structure with 5 swings of a sword, and I would recommend people avoid this title until combat is changed drastically for more realism. Now, what would be interesting, although their farming system's horrific, you're unable to assign farmers to specific fields, instead relying on a pool of farmers to take care of all of them. This often leads to many farmers quickly taking care of one field only to stand there as another rots. Hmm. Now, see, that's one thing in Ostriv, you can assign people to a farm. So you could have like 10 farms, 2 fields in each farm, and have 2 people working on each farm type of thing. Storage and collection is just as bad, relying on a pool of laborers that cannot be assigned. Food often rots in production buildings as they run around dealing with less important tasks. Overall, this could be a good game, but with a poorly designed UI, marginal graphics, horrible control features, and lackluster gameplay. This is a big miss for me. That was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. 48 hours on, 8.6 hours at review time. And he's played another 40 hours. Interesting. Hey, Archelon, how's it going? Nice to see you back. Um, if you want to know where I was, you can check out my, what is it? It's one of my labels or something. They're called tabs or something on my stream page. It's titled "Hello There" or something like that. It explains where I've been for like the last 6 weeks. Anyways, it's break time. I've been on for an hour, so I'm gonna get up and walk around a little bit, and I will be back. I'm not leaving for 6 weeks. I'm only leaving for a few minutes, and I know. I wonder if I could run an ad right now. Yeah, I'm going to run an ad right now. Um, so let me go to. Let's see. Let's go to this one, and then I'll be back in a minute. I might switch screens here, but I'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm going to run an ad, and then I'll be back. So let me put a timer on my phone, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you back in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. um, I didn't mention. Let me do this real quick. Just go off camera real quick. I have to blow my nose. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did not mention. You can see here. Let's go back to the screen. It'd be interesting to watch some of these videos. Um, watch some of these videos for the game. Uh, I didn't mention that, I did mention that my wife got into an accident, the car was totaled. I didn't mention that we got another car and brand new car, Subaru. And 10 days, about 10 days after we got the new car, we were on our way to church on a Saturday night. We were driving through an area where there was some construction. There weren't any vehicles or any there was just like there was a barrier, and coming out from the barrier was the line. It was basically on a these signs were along the edge of a road that was narrowing the road down from 2 lanes down to 1 lane. And then, so that was on the left of the signs. On the right of the signs was, on the right of the signs was basically the shoulder, this wide shoulder. So we're driving through there, and there was oncoming traffic, and there was the road was narrowing down, and I was merging in. Well, one of the signs was stuck out into the road too far, and it knocked our right side mirror, basically destroyed it. And so we had to be without that car. We had to get another rental for about 3 days. Thankfully, because we were planning a trip for my daughter's fall break, it was going to be a road trip. Thankfully, the guy at the we use our insurance company's collision, one of their collision, what would they be called? Centers where they deal specifically with fixing um, cars that have been damaged. They do that for State Farm at a set, price and everything. So thankfully, um, the guy told us it's going to take like 10 days. We needed the car back in like 4 days. Thankfully, they were able to get the part, got the car fixed so we could take it on our trip. But yeah, that was like another, and I was driving that time. So my wife got into an accident, the car got totaled. She's okay. But then like 3 weeks later, we get the new car. I'm driving the car. The car gets hit by a sign, construction sign, and we lose the car for like another 3 or 4 days. Have to get a rental. All that stuff is kind of crazy. It's life on planet Earth. So I've been reading a lot lately about the sovereignty of God, and I believe God is sovereign. Call me a Calvinist, I guess, but I believe that God orders these things, just like it says in Romans. Uh, God causes all things to work together for good for those who love Him and who are the called according to His purpose. So my wife's accident, I believe that was ordained by God to happen. My accident, it's ordained by God. God knows what He's doing in sanctifying His people. And He uses various processes, events. He uses His word primarily, but He uses lots of different things to sanctify us and bring us to the point um, the Bible talks about being humble before God. So either you will be humble, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and he will exalt you in due time, or God will humble you. You can either humble yourself or God will humble you. And sometimes it takes God humbling you because you think you're already being humble. I'm humble. I don't blow my own horn or whatever. And God's like, nope, I'm going to humble you. And you bow down and you repent if you need to repent, and you accept the humbling of God that is part of his purpose in sanctifying his children. Anyways, um, but yeah, we went through some humbling things. I'm gonna turn this on. Listen to this. I think what lures a lot of people into these kind of games is they look beautiful. They really look beautiful, you know? And you're like, yeah, I can build a town and I can, you know, zoom in, see what's going on. The town center. Yeah, so that building that was in the center of the screen there, this is the town center. That's the first building that you build. Now, it would be nice to be able to tell your buildings, I want 2 people working here. I want 5 people working here. Every farm, you tell them, I want 3 farmers working on this farm, not just assign people to be farmers, but assign them to work on specific farms. Oh dear. I wonder if you can change the level of combat, like, mild, medium, difficult, uh, extreme, something along those lines, or if it's all if you don't select if you don't select the pacifist, then there's only one setting for you're gonna doesn't matter, you're gonna get, and there's probably going to be triggers too, that trigger the combat. It's been 3 years in early access. What if you can upgrade buildings? It says there's like 190 different buildings. I wonder if you can upgrade buildings or if you have to like destroy the building and then rebuild it. Because I would think the town hall would be upgradable, but again, here's the starting town hall, I believe. Maybe that's an upgraded one. Starting, upgraded, but maybe you have to destroy the first one to build the second one. Because the first one's built out of wood. Second one, or maybe not the second, maybe the third or fourth. You can upgrade it several times. One of them looks like it's going to be built out of brick. And that's the beginning one. When I saw this is a tech tree. I think it kind of has a demarcation here. Like this is going to be like for farming. This is going to be for maybe resource generation. This might be for government, military, industry type of thing. So the background kind of matches. It looks like it's color coded, but the background kind of matches to what you're going to be looking for. Oh, sorry guys. Did I? Am I dumb? Probably. So let's look at these again because I may have had the full screen on the whole time because I'm not real smart. Nice music. Interesting. I like that. That is very cool. Uh, like built on this cliff here. That is very cool. So it's leaving early access tomorrow. It's probably going to be. It's probably going to go up in price. They usually do. Do 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 do. All right, I think I'm gonna buy this part of the bundle. This. Actually, I'm going to go to I think I'm going to go here. I'm still here. I'm just making a purchase, so I want to try to keep it as secure as possible. Do 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 do. Okay. Okay, so that's not going to run right. In order for the game to run, Farthest Frontiers data folder needs to be migrated to the following directory. Okay, so I need to go from my documents, my games to my saved games. Very loud. So we're going to quit to the desktop. I've got to migrate something from something to something. Let's see if it gives me that message again. Okay, so I need to go to um, need to go to it said something about going to the documents. My games. Needs to be migrated to. I'm just going to copy it to save games, right? There is no save games under my personal stuff. Well, let's just see if the game runs. This is where I like to sit, up here in the upper right hand corner. Probably not going to last, but no tooltips. Pacifist disables raiding parties, invading armies, and aggressive animals like wolves and bears. So I kind of like to start just to play a game where, you know, I can kind of learn the mechanics of the actual city building before I get run over by animals and humans. Scales the number of villagers' mouths, months of food, and initial stocks of other essential items you begin with. So it's like this is kind of a like a middle of the road type of thing. Change the type of terrain that the map generated map will have. Again, do you So you could have Trailblazer Resources, Vanquisher Maladies, Pioneer Wildlife, and something else, something else. So it's kind of middle of the road right here. Custom settings. Achievement progress will be disabled in games that use custom settings. Okay. Toggle enable free build mode, which removes all costs from placing buildings. All buildings are immediately unlocked and the upgrade requirements are automatically fulfilled. Disable raider attacks. Disable spirituality. Oh, so relics are sold by merchants or dropped by raiders. Excavation sites will not appear on the map. So I guess you can also get them from excavation sites. Toggle to disable villager diseases, which can be fatal to villagers. Disable hunger, animal attacks, desirability, crop disease. Claim multiplier gold, multiplier coal, deer, boar, sand, iron, forageables, fish, wolf. What was I looking at before as far as a setting? I was looking at something specific, a specific setting. Oh, I think I was looking at this. If you can just disable certain things, but not everything, and it looks like you can. So pacifist disables raiding parties, invading armies, and aggressive animals like wolves and bears. The chance for disease to spread to other villagers is not lowered. Higher combat challenge results in larger, more frequent battles with tougher attacker types. Organized groups of elite raiders have been seen in the area and have been known to attack with reckless abandon, seeking glory on the battlefield. The local lords in the area are particularly brutal and do not take kindly to those that would squat on their lands. Do not expect your presence to go unnoticed. As challenge level increases, more aggressive animals will spawn more often, while deer populations decline slightly. Deer are rare. Here, deer are average. Here, deer are plentiful. Scales the number of villagers, mouths, months of food, and initial stocks of other essential items you begin with. Oh, I'm a dope. Now, why is this like this? I had set my screen to be on the blank page, which is here. But then I set my screen to be my camera in the top right, and it should also go to the, oh, you know why? Because I haven't changed the game. That's why. Here. Okay. So let's just go Trailblazer, pacifist mode, medium, lowland lakes. Uh, oh, that's what I was looking for to see if there was a way to planes. So it looks like plains is going to be the flat area, the flat map. Let's basic settings. We're going to do Trailblazer. Custom settings, we don't want that. Let's just start. I'm going to turn down this a little bit. Oh, you know what? I usually take the music off because the music could be copyrighted. And I remember. 500 villagers, tutorials enabled, occlusion highlight enabled. Lots of options, which I guess you can probably change in game. We're playing at 1920 by 1080, doing all this stuff, whatever all that stuff does. Controls, move camera forward, WASD, language, English. Okay. Let's just try this. I should go in and change this, right? So it looks like it does not like me hotkeying out of the game. So it looks like the game does not like me going over to Twitch. And it doesn't like me going over to Twitch and clicking on my other monitor to do stuff over there. We finished scouting the surrounding area, survey the land your villagers have explored, and choose a promising site to construct your town center. It's important to choose a location that's near the resources you'll need to build a successful settlement. Things like clay, iron ore, and potential food sources. Okay. So can we pause while we do this? Move camera, zoom camera, rotate camera. How do we pause? Maybe hit pause? No. I don't know. Water over here. There's ore, right? Water bonus, fertility, lots of trees here. Probably want a cleaner area to build in, right? Is there a wagon that has to be, or does the wagon just automatically, all the resources go into the town hall? Oh, and I don't know where the best spot's going to be for me because up here there's so what's the water bonus over here? Can you get overlays from this screen? have room to build. Fertility. Where's the best fertility? Down here? What if we build up here? Fertility is really good in here. 60s. Ooh. They'd have to walk all the way over here, though. Is this a raider camp? Probably. Right, but I have raiders turned off. Water bonus fertility. Fertility up here. 60s. Here. It's all in the 60s and 70s. How about if we do it here? Sure. Are my people going to be automatically transported over there? They are. Okay. Use the harvest button to mark groups for resources for harvesting. Housing shortage. Trees. Let's do berries. Where do I want to expand to first? Up here or down here? Let's just cut some trees down. Okay. And then I've got to tell people to I got to have people cutting wood, right? Labor, builder. Let's have some builders. How many people do I have? I've got 12 people. So I want to 8 builders. There's not enough housing available for the number of villagers in your settlement. Build more shelters to prevent deaths from exposure to the elements. Okey-doke. So are you a builder? You're a builder. What are you? Builder? You're a builder. You are a laborer. Laborer. I said 8 builders, right? Only 2 are assigned to builders. Hi, Nariza. How's it going? Welcome into the chat. Oh, you must be on, are you getting ready to get off work? Housing shortage. There's not enough housing available for the number of villagers in your settlement. Build more shelters to prevent deaths from exposure to the elements. Where's my camera? I got to put my camera over here, maybe. Ooh, boy. Yes. How are you? It's nice to see you. You're on your last break. Well, that's great. That's the best break of the day. The last one. How are you? It's nice to see you. Let's see. These guys are building this. How many laborers do I have? I got age brackets. There's a lot of information in this system here. Shows I only have 2 builders. I want 8 assigned. I got 10 laborers. Yeah. Why aren't there more builders? Oh, maybe it only takes 2 people to build it. Maybe it only takes 2 people to build it. I don't know. I think I shouldn't have built it here, though, because I'm not going to be able to build houses around it. What's this here? Excavation site. Low firewood. Firewood is a critical resource for your settlement's continued survival. Stockpiling enough firewood ahead of winter will ensure that villagers have a warm shelter to return to in the cold months. Use firewood splitters to turn logs into firewood. A steady supply of logs will ensure that your firewood splitters are working efficiently and produce a sufficient stockpile. Shelters that do not have firewood will leave their inhabitants at the mercy of the elements and could cause them to develop frostbite or even perish from exposure. In large towns, villagers may need to travel long distances in the cold to reach available firewood, which could result in exposure deaths. Markets can help alleviate these distances by stockpiling resources nearby and even performing deliveries to nearby shelters. I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Nariza. Can't wait. Can't wait. Construct the town center. We did it. Yay, game over. Okay, let's play something else. Ruins left behind by a forgotten people. These are the excavation site. Once a temple is constructed, it can be excavated to discover relics and wealth from the past. Nice. So what do I need to do? I need to build crop summary achievements, building menu, housing. I need to build houses. Can I build this here? I can. Okay. Housing shortage. How do you rotate? Rotate with the tab. Okay, let's build here. Can you flip this? Doesn't say you can flip it. F for flip, maybe? No, fertility. Oh, look where I built. I built right on a fertile area. Big mistake. Rookie mistake. Location desirability, 9%. Oh, great. I don't know how many people need like houses and stuff. Oh, these guys are done. So I need to how do I harvest again? Stones, trees. Let's get some people cutting stuff over here. I need them to harvest berries as well. Where are the berries? Oh, maybe bushes. Okay. How do you stop? Okay, you can stop. Just hit shift. I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Nariza. Let's see. I built a house here. People living there? Desirability. Desirability is a measure of how appealing an area is to live in. As such, this mechanic only impacts shelters. A high desirability is a prerequisite for shelters to upgrade to higher tiers. As higher tier homes generate tax revenue, have increased occupancy, and are required for town center upgrades, this is very desirable. When selecting a building for placement from the Build UI, you can see whether it impacts desirability based on the chevrons next to its name. Okay. Chevrons are like little tick marks. A green chevron means that the building will have a positive effect, while a red chevron indicates a negative effect. A yellow chevron indicates that the structure has no effect on desirability. Once you are ready to place the building, moving the placement preview around the town will show the impact it will have on the desirability of nearby homes. Well, there's a graphic here, but it's kind of small to see. Lowering a home's desirability too much can cause it to become abandoned, as the area no longer fulfills its desirability requirements. Great. Now they tell me. Now they tell me. Well, I need to keep this area clear because this is the fertility. The ground is very fertile here and you can grow stuff on it. and I've already encroached on it a little bit. Housing shortage. Okay, so what is this telling me? Okay, there's people living here. Good. Their basic need for how do I get people to collect water? Is this fresh water? Patch of verbs. Patch of verbs. How do I tell them to come and herbs grow seasonally can be harvested by forager for use in treating illnesses. Okay, so I need a forager. So do I need a forage thing? Shroom. Hey, how's it going? I thought about you recently because I was actually um pruning my Twitch follow list because there's just people that um they don't stream. There's a lot of people that follow me that don't stream. They don't have any content available. But I saw your name on there and I immediately thought of what? Fields of Fire and ASL. I immediately thought of you and I'm like, I can't take Shroom off. Shroom's like one of my original viewers. So nice to see you. Are you still doing ASL? Still doing uh Fields of Fire? I gotta figure out how to pause this. Move camera, zoom camera, rotate camera, pause. Oh, space. Okay. All right. So yeah, I saw your name. It was the other day. I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. I was going through and just like, well, these people have followed me, but there was one person. I was their only follower. I'm like, well, they don't stream. There's no content. Yeah, it is a great game. It is a great game. I spent so much time trying to learn it too, and then I kind of, you probably saw in my stream, I kind of became a football manager aficionado, I'll say. I'm not a football manager streamer. You can see I'm playing. This is called Farthest Frontier. I'm playing this right now. It's a city builder, but Football Manager 26, the latest version, I think will be available tomorrow for people to stream. Now, see, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting the house right here. I was expecting it to line up with this one, but it did not. Anyway, so and one of the benefits of Football Manager 26, it's a new version of the game, new engine, new UI. One of the benefits of that is that the current game that I've been playing in the current game that I've been playing in Football Manager 2024, at least from what I've read, you're going to be able to port that and play that in the newest version of Football Manager 26. I haven't finished the Torquay. I don't know if you saw on my front page. Um, about 6 weeks ago, my wife got involved in a pretty violent car accident. She's okay. She thankfully only suffered a mild concussion, is what they initially diagnosed her with. She went to the emergency room. They told her, take Tylenol if you have a headache, take Advil. They said, but do follow up with your primary care physician, which she did a few weeks after that. And the primary care physician just said, just monitor yourself. If you start having bad headaches or if you start, forgetting things, then certainly come back in. But so basically, yeah, the injuries were minimal. The car was totaled, and so I've spent like the last 6 weeks, first of all, realigning priorities, family first, family first, family first. Well, God, then family. So realigning priorities. So yeah, streaming took a backseat to all of that. I actually going through the process of getting a new car. getting the old car kind of taken care of, um, working with insurance, working with collision centers, car rentals, all that stuff. Dealing with all of that, plus putting family first, God and family first. Uh, just basically, streaming took a tremendous backseat to all that. I'm just like, I'm not going to worry about the stream. My issue that I have with myself is that I didn't post something sooner to that effect, that of what happened, and that I was going to not be streaming for a while. I didn't do that until a few weeks ago. I did put something up on my homepage, on my stream, my channel page. But more people await word to join your settlement. Amass a 4-month supply of food in 6 houses. Maintain significant food stocks will help attract more people to your town. Did I pause this? I didn't. Okay. So so yeah, Torquay, I actually just uploaded the last stream that I did on September 4th. I just uploaded that to from Twitch to YouTube today. Um, honestly, I did not get on my gaming computer. I've got a gaming computer. I have a laptop upstairs for like personal stuff, business stuff. I didn't get on my gaming computer for 4 weeks after the accident. I just like I got to focus on what we're doing and and getting all these details worked out. And so yeah, I should put on here maybe. I just put Torquay on the back burner. It's been sitting there. FM26 is supposed to come out tomorrow for your people that pre-ordered it are supposed to get um, I forget what the term is. Um, I forget what the term is. Um, Blessed was talking about it earlier. Early access. It's not an early access game. They're going to release the full version of the game on November 4th. But this is just for people that pre ordered it. If you pre order it, you get to play it early. So I did pre order it. So I'm going to be playing it tomorrow, I believe. But I also wanted to buy this game, Farthest Frontier. It's very highly rated. The last 300 reviews on it, 89% are positive. It's got like 6,000 reviews. It's been out in early access since for like 3 years. This game, Farthest Frontier. It goes 1.0 tomorrow, so it goes into full release tomorrow. It's also on sale on Steam. You know what? I didn't check. I didn't check on is there any deal? I should have, but it's on sale if you buy it as part of the bundle with the other game that the developer makes, which I own. So I saved like $5 buying it. But I wanted to buy it today because when games go from early access to 1.0, they increase the price of the game. So I wanted to buy it today. Um, but anyways, yeah, I'm just playing this today because I'm only streaming for a couple of hours. But tomorrow I'll be back into Football Manager and see what I can do with Torquay. See what happens. I should probably take that save file from FM24 and copy it and save it because if I use that save file in 26, it may modify it to a point where I don't like it and then I can't play it again in 24. So I think I need to do that before I start playing it. Yeah. So Shroom, get this. So we got the new car. So we got the new car, uh, and like 10 days after we got the new car, um, we were driving to church. There was an area where we were driving that had construction signs up, that had pylons and construction signs because they were narrowing the road down to one lane from two lanes to one lane. So we're driving along. I'm trying to merge into traffic into this two lane, which narrows down to one lane. And I'm looking to the left, and on the right, there's a construction sign that's stuck too far out into the lane, and it's got an arm of the construction sign that's overhanging with like about um, that much of the arm of the sign, and then a big uh, like three pronged piece of metal, and that clipped the right hand side mirror on the new car and basically just destroyed it. So that car had to go into the collision shop. We had to get another rental car for like 3 or 4 days. Thankfully, the collision shop said it was going to be 10 days to get the car fixed. We wanted it for a trip that we are going to take, and we needed the car in like 5 days. They got the car fixed in 3 days. So, but yeah, like you said, life comes at you fast. Uh, so, but trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. Great promises. That's from Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. So here I want to, I'm paused right now. Here I want to look at, we've got 12 people. Oh no, we have 16. Oh, that means I have 16 available. And there was something up here that said they wanted to bring more people in once I have a 4 month supply of food and 6 houses. Okay. Well, I don't want to do that yet. So these are families, it looks like. Now it's interesting because when I built, oh, I see. When you click to do something, when I built these houses, I built them like this. So they'd be fronting, this is the town hall. So they'd be fronting the town hall. But then I built these houses again to be fronting here, like this one here and this one here. But it offset them weirdly. I thought it would just build like a row here, a row here kind of thing. I guess not though. I don't know. First time playing this, so I don't know. Well, Shroom, it's so good to see you again. Like I said, I saw you the other day. I'm like, I can't take Shroom out of my follower list. I hadn't seen you for a while, but I'm like, hey, you're one of my original viewers back when we were doing when I was doing the Fields of Fire and ASL and Upfront and all that stuff. So how did that get in there? So welcome into chat, everybody. This is Farthest Frontier. They want me to, I think, do I build a farm? Do I need storage? Well, let's see. What do we have in our cart here? Tools. Select a storage. Select to set storage limits. What do we have over here? 0 4 residents are stocked with firewood, so I need to create a firewood thing deal. What is this telling me? Food, residences. Okay, it's telling me the settlement status. Resources and storage. Logs. I need more logs. So I need more logs. So I need to harvest more logs. Trees over here, bushes over here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to build a path down to the waterfront, the water line here. Maybe do some something here. I need more logs because I need to build a firewood splitter. And I don't want to build it here because this is where my fertility is. I want to build it over here. Now the houses had an arrow. It looks like the entrance of the house is pointing a certain way, but this does not have an arrow. I think I want to put this over here. Can you rotate it? It doesn't have like a field. Does it show that these houses are going to be I guess that's okay right there, right? Okay, well, there's no road, so the road's going to be out here, I think. The road's going to be out here. Okay. So I need to build that, and then can I prioritize this? Okay. And then I have so many builders. Nobody's building right now. I've got a bunch of laborers. But I've told the game I want up to 8 builders because the game says that having at least 4 villagers be laborers is a good idea for maintaining your town. Most people are chopping down trees. This build site needs to be cleared of obstruction before construction can begin. Yeah, you guys are clearing that, right? Because I told you I wanted to build there. So I'm going to be signing off here in about 5 minutes because it's time to get ready to go pick up my daughter after school. She gets off at 1:45 on Wednesdays. It's so good to see you. Had Blessed come in, Shroom came in, Nariza, so wonderful to see you here. And Olivia Mooney, greetings. Greetings. Again, this is Farthest Frontier, and we're trying to build a town. Trying to get enough firewood. Now, how do I tell people to work in firewood? Looks like you can only assign laborers and builders. Oh no, you can do this down here, right? Workers cannot be assigned here while auto refill possession enabled. Okay, I don't want that on then. Because I want to have somebody in firewood splitter. Oh, so once the firewood splitter is built, I should be able to assign it to them. You need 8 logs to build it. 2 of 4 potential workers are assigned. 2 new villagers immigrated. Do I have enough housing? I do, but I should probably build another one because I only have 2 housing left. I wonder if I only have 2 housing, if people are going to come here, at least 2 more people will come and then they'll stop immigrating until I build more. Or if people are going to come here, like 5 people are going to come once I get to 16, or 5 more people will come. I'll be at 19 of 16 housing, and people just complain about being homeless. Like, well, don't come here if there's no available housing for you. That would be my suggestion. So I wonder if you ever, if you can transfer, can you transfer storage? Can you tell the storage thing to transfer the storage over here, it looks like? Your village is critically low on firewood. Yeah, I know. So let's get people working in firewood. Uh, Up to one person can work in firewood. Okay, so we have a firewood splitter working. Greer is the firewood splitter. Greer is the firewood splitter. He's stocking firewood splitter. His age is 36. His education is none. His ailments are none. It does look like he wants some meat. Can you like save this and mouse over the? Can you like keep this open and mouse over the things, these icons to see what they are? No, you can't. That's right. Keep up the good work, Rare, but it'd be nice if you could open this tooltip, but then keep this open so you could mouse over these icons up here, these 4 icons to see what they're all about. So where's my firewood? Do I have a list of things here? I got 0 firewood. He's working on it. Work rate is 119%. Wow. So I should probably build a farm. I should probably look for more food. I wonder if I can get a fishing place over here. I gotta go though, because my alarm just went off. Everybody, thank you for coming in. VOD watchers, thank you for watching the VOD. Tomorrow I'll be playing FM26 Early Access. The full version comes out on November 4th. You can pre-order it. This is my understanding. You can pre-order it, get early access tomorrow. I mean, I it still says on my Steam page for Football Manager 26, it still says available November 4th. So, but my understanding is that the early access, if you pre-order it, the early access version will be available tomorrow. If you want more information on that, you can check out Lelujo's stream. You can buy the game on Fanatical using Lelujo's code. It will be cheaper, at least it was for me. It was cheaper for me to use Fanatical to buy it, get a Steam key, but I also used Fanatical to buy it, which they had a discount, and then Lelujo's code, which is his name, Lelujo, got additional discount, so it was like $45 US. So, but that's what I'll be playing tomorrow. Hopefully, be getting back into the Torquay save, and we'll take a look at Farthest Frontier sometime in the near future. Also, I don't have a lot of stream time available. I've cut back on my stream time due to family matters of my wife being in a car crash. You understand, you begin to understand and more fully appreciate that our time here in this sphere of living is limited, and reprioritizing things like I won't be streaming at night. I'll be streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for about 3 hours on Wednesday, about 4 hours on Thursday and Friday. So I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, so I'll only be streaming about 11 hours a week. Um, so, anyways, I'm going to save this. Okay, it's saved. Confirm. Sure. Saving game. That's good. I'm going to quit. Oh, you know what? Here I go again. Full screen. This is what the game actually looks like. Just so you know. I'm building stuff. I'm building houses. I've got a woodcutter over here. Biff is up to his old tricks of uh, narrating what I'm doing, but not showing it on stream because it's a big secret. Anyways, yeah, this is where we are in the game. Town Hall. We got 4 houses. We've had 2 new people move in. We started with 12. We got 2 more. We've got a woodcutter here who is hopefully producing some firewood. We got 20 firewood. Nice. Now, do houses have firewood? They've got 10. They've got 10. Looks like 10 is the max that they can have, huh? So they've all got firewood for the coming winter. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. This looks like it's going to be a good spot for my camera down here because it's right on my camera is actually right on the edge of this box right here, these icons. So it looks like bottom middle is going to be a great spot for my camera. Anyways, so I'll be back tomorrow around 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time here in the US. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Nariza, especially. Nariza is my wife, and I appreciate her coming into the channel and saying hi. And she's on her way home now. And so just love her so much. We'll see everybody tomorrow if you so choose. I'll be on again about 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do my outro, which is where stream end. Okay. We'll see everybody next time. Thank you so much for watching.